Playing with a boy. La 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 la. Playing with young boys. Dee 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 dee. Sunsets. Got a little simple ploy. I'm playing with a boy. Yeah, play with boys, folks. That's what sports is all about. Playing with boys. Nobody wants to play with girls, especially if the girls are pretending to be boys and the boys are pretending to be girls. I like playing with the boys. Now, many people comment on my wonderful, wonderful voice. It's Pavarotti, Sinatra, and Stansel. Many people say the canon of great American voices and singers, and I thank you all for the continued feedback. Everyone loves the voice. Unbelievable what's happening out here, folks. It's the year of our Lord and Savior. You're not going to believe this. The year of our Lord and Savior, 2225. That's right, Lord and Savior, Jesus Hieronymus Christ. We made it. Doesn't matter what happens now. At the very least, our death year will be at least 2025. If I make it to December, I'll be 40 this year. You couldn't tell? Yes! Yes, 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 yes. Lifted chest this morning. Not a big deal. It's a new year, new everyone. So all the freaks and losers are in the gym. Tomorrow is the one of the big days in gym world. The Monday after the holidays. It's when all the people who are going to fail at their goals come to the gym for about usually around 40 to 50 days, and they go back to their slovenly, disgusting lives. So tomorrow, or between 4 and 8 o'clock, if anyone who works out regularly knows that is, you never go to the gym the Monday after the holiday, after Christmas and New Year. The Monday following Christmas and New Year between 4 and 8 p.m. is a 100% no-fly zone. So my fellow athletes, my fellow exercise enthusiasts, take the day off tomorrow. Unless you're like me, I have the day off since I'm working today because hashtag real job, hashtag real life, hashtag leave your house. I'll be going during the day to avoid all of the freaks. And thankfully, during the day, all of these people with fake jobs finally getting back to work because of the midweek holidays. Many of these people, perhaps some of you people, even have had the last 2 weeks off, while us blue-collar workers have been deep in the trenches. Just another week, just another day. But yes, all of the fake jobbers and white-collar criminals do go back to work tomorrow. Thank God, because I love my weekdays off. You know this. I've covered this many times over the years on these shows. Love weekdays off. Weekends off are for the sheep. Weekends off are for children. Why would you ever want to go have a day off when everyone else has the day off? Why would you want to go to places the same day everyone else goes to places? It's the same reason, and this is kind of sports related. It's the same reason, and I know living here in Fairfield County or in the tri-state, you people know, you people other rest of the country probably similar, but it's clockwork. The affluent people with the fake jobs who don't work for 2 weeks or a job at all, making their money, they all go out west between Christmas and the New Year. They all go out west to Vail or Breckenridge, or pick your Colorado or Utah hot ski spot. They all go out there the same time which I will never understand. Why would you, again, well, I know why. It's a status thing just to go back to work and say, oh, yeah, we went to Park City. We went to Jackson Hole. We went to Breckenridge. We went to Bear. Yeah, wait an hour ski lift lines when every slope is filled. Just wait. How about you just work that week when all the other sheep are there and then take the next weekend when it's cleared out? I'll never understood it. The same way they all go to Martha's Vineyard for Memorial Day, and they all go to Montauk for Labor Day. I will never understand it. When I am inevitably a millionaire, I will promise you I will not do that. I will do the opposite. I will stay home when everyone else does things and go to places when they don't do things. I'll never understand the whole the elitist cabal of all going to the same locations at the same time. Like I said, I get it. It's all a status thing to say, you go to the Caribbean. You go to the Caribbean, what is it? They go to the Caribbean for like Valentine's Day. Some go for Christmas, and they come back. Then they go on a ski trip to out west. Like I said, Martha's Vineyard, that's where the real ones go. The poor people will go to... there's Martha's Vineyard. Block Island is for the poors of the elite. And Nantucket, that's the other one. Nantucket is the middle one. Martha's Vineyard is the top tier. Then Nantucket, then Block Island is for the poors. They all go there around for Memorial Day. Labor Day, they head to Montauk. Some go to the Caribbean. Montauk is really the elitist place around Labor Day. Obviously Vermont, which I'm guilty of in the fall, but that's because I'm a man of nature. I don't go there for status. And then I just laid out, they usually go to their mansions is the 1 week of the year. They use it for Christmas. The week leading up to Christmas, they have all their Illuminati cabal friends come over. And then for New Year's, the week between Christmas and New Year's, they all go out west with all the other sheep and go skiing. So there you have it, folks. Laid it out. My God, I'm 8 minutes in and I haven't watched a clip. How will I ever do a show? I need a guest. I need a co-host. I need a clip. I need to stream snipe. Somebody please super chat. I need to read something. You do a fucking. This is how you do a fucking show. Yay! And sorry, I was a couple minutes late. I was making a bowel movement in the restroom. Truly unbelievable. I did 15 minutes on Jacob's Ladder workout machine, then ran 2 miles, and then we lifted chest with some core, some cable presses, some cable flies, a classic bench, and then 50-pound anterior presses. I'm not even going to bother telling you people. But if I can dial it back, I will say this. Obviously, it's the sheep take to say, all these people going back to the gym. And I know I already ranted on all the people going back to the gym, but that's more of a public service announcement, just a heads up to not go to the gym tomorrow if you can avoid it, or go during the day like me. If you're a Stancelite, one of my Stancelites obviously have started a cult recently. Well, not recently. This has always really been a cult. But we're calling you Stancelites now, followers of Stancil Stradamus, of course, who have never been wrong about anything. And I have so much to get to, not only on this show, but Ski Mask Collective coming up at 2 o'clock. I got a lot of things I've been right about in the last couple weeks. Didn't do a show, Ski Mask Collective, last week because Ski was moving. He was drunk last night on a stream, which is now on the Patreon. It's not for poor people. So if you want to see a half hour of Ski Mask drunk showing off his new apartment, you can probably dox him if you're into that. That's on the Patreon. Go get it. A lot to get to. But what I was getting to is, all of that said, all of my hyperbolic bullshit said, if you're a fat person, go to the gym. I do not shame, and I've said this before, I'll never make fun of a fat person in the gym. At least they're in the right place. So for all my bullshit, go to the gym, or don't even go to the gym. Just start with 1 or 2, just go on a half-hour walk a week around the block, and start with that. truly. I truly, bullshit aside, it's a new year. If you're morbidly obese, like most people listen to podcasts, and especially Super Chat, Kevin Brennan, as I put on a clinic with Grok last night, go look at my Twitter timeline. Unbelievable, the images that I made. But seriously, just start with a walk. Go on a hike, do something fun, even just walk around your block 3 times. Something is better than nothing. No one's going to shame you at the gym as much as we joke about it. If you're a fat person in the gym, you're doing the right thing. And it's never too late. And honestly, the cool thing about being fat, coming from I've had many fats in my life as recently as 2020 through 2022. If you'll remember, I got up to 240 and totally conscious doing it. Had a great time doing it. No regrets at all because I clearly got back down. Never too late. The fun part is if you're really fat, the weight will come off pretty quick. So, the weight will come off quick if you're fat. So just get out there. I want my cult to be a race of atomic supermen like me. I want all big boys. I want meaty boys. That's what I want in the stance for the Stancelites in my cult. Let me just see if there's any. There is a super chat. I'm only looking at super chats right now. I don't even have the regular chat pulled up. Kafka, this guy gets it. He supports actual content. $10. Playing with those I tell you who, Sandusky, he played with those boys, I tell you that. Clapping those boyish cheeks there at Penn State, who are going to be playing Notre Dame next week, folks. And that's what they call a segue here in the biz. But you know what? Let me just play a clip and just eat a piece of bread for 10 minutes. Is that what you want? Apparently that's how you make money. That's what many idiots give money to, is a guy going on 4 years of watching other people talk, which he used to say sucks. Teamster Tim totally cucked out. He's a cuck. Rickosaurus is a cuck. I don't want any of you watching this show. You've all cucked out. You're all gay. Have a backbone. Have the balls to tell Kevin that show sucks. It's terrible. But that's for the next show at 2 o'clock. Back to the Kafka. The only chat I see on my end now is Kafka. Let's get back to the sports. Real show, not a clip in sight, not a guest in sight, not a stream snipe in sight, not an old man talking about the same stuff in sight. Putting on an absolute fucking clinic! Yes! And this is an all-star jersey from 2009. So what? Glory days. Yeah, I'm fucking gay. Glory days. Glory days. Again, Pavarotti, Sinatra, Stancil. Some of the great voices of the 21st century. Whatever century. 21st and 20th. Who cares? You don't get this sitting in your wife's fucking living room. Let me tell you that. You don't get this either. Boom! 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 Yes! 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 I might just end the show right now. I'm doing great. Oh, it's an Americano, folks. At Venmo, at DaveD23 is my accountant. Feel free to send over a few shekels for the new year. Hello. Oh, shout out everyone. Episode 100 last week. We almost did 2 hours. Juggy came by. Steve Conti came by. Victor came by. And thank you to everyone who sent some stuff over. The numbers behind the curtain here are absolutely unbelievable. Thank you to everyone on the page. Patreon is popping. And again, more content on our Patreon than most of these people that do this for a living. Another video, like I said, went up just before I started with Ski Mask showing off his new apartment, having the bag. We'll see if he even shows up to his own show at 2 o'clock. We've barely gotten to sports yet, but I got a lot to talk about. I forgot what I wrote down. Let's see. No producer. Producers are gay. Moderators are gay. Say the N-word in there. I don't care. Super chat, Venmo. I don't give a fuck. Don't do it. Just watch the show. Just enjoy. Happy Sunday. All right, let's get to the notes. My fantasy league, I know everyone is clamoring to know what happened. I was in the championship last weekend, as I told you. Finished the year 12-2. Finished the year 12-2. Bye week, going into the semifinals, won the semifinals, and I fucking lost the championship, finishing in second place. Alvin Kamara was out. Old Mother Chubba Hubbard was out. One of my tight ends, I forgot, Njoku was out. So 3 of my starters were out, so it wasn't like my team shit the bed. Just ran out of gas, ass, grass, or gas, something like that. Nobody rides for free. So I did finish second place, and just like Ski Mask, my fucking league still hasn't paid me. And if I'm not paid by next week, I'm going to dox our commissioner. His initials are JC. Not Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. God bless. By the way, shout out Paul Fenns. Speaking of Jesus Christ, Father Paul Fenns. Happy. God, I hope he's doing well. I love you, Paul. Please come back to us, Paul. Maybe we'll try to get Paul Fenns on again to fill us in on. Jesus is big. Jesus gets all of us, whatever that gay commercial says. Maybe we'll try and get on. Pally Castro, the OGs remember, wants on Ski Mask. I'm going to send him the link for 2 o'clock, see if he shows up. Let me just make sure I didn't get paid before I dox the commissioner of my league. No, still haven't got paid. Unbelievable. 99-cent super sticker. There you go. I like that. It just says stupid. Good. Perfect. No words. Not interrupting the show. Just a straight book. A saw book. Yeah, so finished second in fantasy. I'll have you know this. In the Pick'em pool, I'm in 74% correction rate this on the year going into the final week here. I missed a couple games. I think I missed even a week or two as the season went on. But let's see what my actual number was so I don't lie to you people. Oh, hey, does anything ever work here? Hey, does anything work on this fucking app ever? What the fuck is going on? 146 and 87. 146 wins, 87 losses on my Pick'em pool without the spread. Yes, that's almost a 75% correct rate. Stansostradamus. Yes! Stop worshiping false idols. I'm right here, folks. Join the Stancil cult. Stancilites Unite. We're doing it. Thanks for $1. Thanks for what it will amount to about 60 cents. Even less because Ski Mask doesn't pay me what I'm owed. He should be paying me about 70% of what we make. And it is a pretty penny thanks to you fine people. But anyway, that's for the next show. Yes, unbelievable. Let's see. And listen, we have a nice Final Four in college. I'll give college that. I love the Notre Dame Penn State matchup. Classic. 2 historic colleges with a storied history this coming week, I guess now. Coming up. And then we have Ohio State, Texas, which is a bit boring. I feel like both Ohio State's always there. But the Notre Dame, Penn State, that is a cool, fun matchup. You know my feelings in college football, folks. And so I just said something positive about college football. Let me say something negative about college football, if you can believe it. I don't know if you can believe this, folks. I'm going to say something negative about college football, the league that sucks. And I never understood this, and now with these playoffs, it's becoming even a bigger issue, and to the point where I think they're actually going to finally fix it going into next year. The players and the coaches, too, Players after the final regular season game sitting out bowl games because of the transfer portal, because they don't want to get injured before the draft. Just another reason. It's basically the period on the end of the joke that is the college season that just proves that college football sucks. The fact that players, how could you possibly, I can't imagine, again, I'm an All-American athlete, obviously, 2007 lacrosse All-American, three-time PCL All-Star. This is just from 2009. 6, 7, 8, 9 that were the years. Three-time All-Star, not a big deal at all. I'm a competitor. I could not imagine leaving my team hanging and not playing in a bowl game. I don't care if I'm going to the NFL. I'm not. You played all season with your team, and then you're going to sit out what technically is the biggest game of the year. What a joke. And it almost, like, I don't really watch college football anyway because it's the minor leagues to the real league. So I don't watch minor league baseball either. So I'd have no reason to watch college football, especially since the higher seed wins 90% of games during the regular season. But I cannot imagine leaving my team hanging in technically the biggest game of the year, the last game of the season, just because of selfish reasons. So partly that was for people getting drafted. Now it's becoming a bigger thing with the NIL and the transfer portal that doesn't close. It just closed this week. I think December 28th it closes. So these players that want to transfer or want to figure out what they're doing, they're not playing in these games. So very easy fix. College just needs to make that portal, that window longer, sometime to the end of January, so these players can finish playing these bowl games and then make their decision. But that said, that is college's problem. I still blame the players. Because there are players that still play. I'll never understand how you could possibly play a whole season and then leave your teammates hanging in the biggest game of the year. So just another reason, the cherry on top as to why college football blows. Stancil Stradamus, I've always told you that. You know that. Now we're going to do something. Oh, hold on. Marcy's Playground. I smell sex and can yeah. You know, I didn't realize till about a month ago that Marcy's Playground, that song, it says, I smell sex and candy. I never really knew what he said. I don't know. I smell sex and candy. Never knew that. Stancil Street Trolls 2025. Hello. Oh, I never made my point on Bruce Springsteen. Bruce Springsteen, write this down, folks. Bruce Springsteen is a fucking hack. He's singing his father's life. I mean, if you know anything about music, you know this, but many of the laymen out there may not. All of his songs, he's just been a cuck theater art kid his whole life, Bruce Springsteen. He's never worked a hard day in his fucking life. Bruce Springsteen's songs are all about his father and grandfather, all of his, what was the one I was just singing? Glory days, young girls are glory days, glory days. What is the other one? I'm on fire. That song, by the way, is about the R-wording an underage girl, by the way. If you listen to the words, another reason Bruce Springsteen is Illuminati cuck. Did I ever tell you I do this show for myself? Probably why it's better than all these shows who just do it to siphon every single dollar out of the people that watch it. But once again, that's for the next show. I got a lot to get to with that because it's really gone down the drain. Now, what we're going to do right now, and I promise you, take my word, I'm a man of my word. I don't have a TV on. I actually tried to turn a TV on here. It doesn't work to put on the games. We're actually going to do a little... well, fuck it. Who cares? I was going to do the picks now, but I honestly don't have the game on. I'm only looking at Super Chats, at least for now. So I'll go through the poor people chat in a bit. So if you're poor and you don't want to Super Chat, feel free to keep chatting away there. I will go through it at some point. I am a man of the people after all, unlike most of these other podcasters who just want to drain you for money, who just want to do 4-hour shows. And the only reason for 4-hour shows is not to do a good show. It's just to drain every single penny they possibly can so their wife doesn't get mad at them for sitting in a room all day because they don't leave the house. But anyway, I'm going to do the picks at the end like we always do. I'm not watching the games. You have to take my word. The game's only not even be half done by the time we wrap up here. Leo Gunn paid for something. Leo Gunn, sports is gay. Send KB's boobs a link. Listen, we had KB on last year, and I love Lady KB. I say this with love. Lady KB is old hat. Did you guys just find Lady KB? She's been on Ski Mask a few times. I don't know why you're all of a sudden clamoring for her. Go watch that shitty show then. I mean, it's just hilarious that Kevin now has on fucking Lady KB and Teamster Tim. You know, we're all basically whack packers and now we're regular guests. That's all you need to know about the state of that piece of shit show. What a fucking piece of shit. How great it used to be and what shit it's become. But anywho, let's go around the league. Jets are interviewing Rex Ryan on Wednesday. Stancil Stradamus. Did I tell you? Say what you want. That's the coach I want. The players like him because he's fair, not because like Robert Saleh, who just sucked their big you-know-what cocks. Rex Ryan held players accountable. He was honest. He told it like it was. And I would love Rex Ryan back. That's what this team needs. I told you all year the Jets showing up with no direction, just showing up like they deserve to be there. They were just going to win games by showing up. Rex Ryan would never let the bullshit happen that happened this year. I think he would even keep Aaron Rodgers accountable, which, like I said, Aaron Rodgers is I like Aaron Rodgers, but he can be a bit of a clown himself for as much as I agree with him about. Now he's teasing that today may be his last game. Listen, all bullshit aside, and I told you this for about a month now, if Aaron Rodgers is playing, he needs to play for the Jets. You're not going to get anyone better in free agency. Sam Darnold is not better. Kirk Cousins is not better. Baker Mayfield is not better. There is no better quarterback that's going to be on free agency than Aaron Rodgers. You draft, we draft, the Jets draft in a young quarterback, have him play behind a Hall of Famer for a year. I would love to see Aaron Rodgers play with a coach who's going to hold him accountable, like Rex Ryan. And Rex Ryan, the staff he would bring in, I have no doubt. Maybe bring in Aaron Glenn, steal Aaron Glenn. Who's he on the Bucks? I grew up watching Aaron Glenn there in the Meadowlands. I would love to have Aaron Rodgers and Rex, and let's actually give this an honest go because the coaching staff this year, you can't even judge it. It's just so terrible. So I just saw that last night, and of course they interviewed Vrabel. I wouldn't mind Vrabel. He's a professional. I'm sure he'd be fine too. But I would really like Rex Ryan. And Rex Ryan understands New York and the media. He knows what to say. He loves feet, and he's honest about it. And there's nothing wrong with that. Saquon, we talked about it last week, did go over 2,000 this year. And I will say this, and I give him credit, not playing today, which I actually, in a weird way, give him credit for. I'll explain why, not that it's a long explanation. But credit to Saquon, not only for going over 2,000 yards, but he did it in 16 games, which is the reason I have no problem with him not playing today, because he's like 101 yards away, I think, from the overall rushing record. But if he beat that, remember, they play 17 games now, as of, what was that, last year, 2 years ago? Whereas up until then, we only played 16 games in the modern era, at least. It was even less before that. So even if Saquon beat the all-time rushing record today, it would have an asterisk next to it. And that's why I've seen some other records that are on the line today. And no offense, I can't take them seriously. You're playing a whole extra week. I don't really give you credit for beating these records. So no problem with Saquon sitting today. Almost like that he's sitting so he doesn't beat the record with that extra game. Rack me. America runs on Duncan. Yeah. Hey! Hey, whatever happened? Well, I know what happened to him. He's dead. But remember the time to make the donuts. That guy always struck me as gay, did he not? The guy that time to make the donuts. If I told you I'd do this show to make myself laugh. Oh, I'll be at Casey's tonight, folks. I'll be at Casey's. I'll probably get there for the second half of the Lions Vikings game for the 1 seed, for the division, for all the marbles. I'll be at the best bar in America, probably around 10 or 10:15, somewhere around there. I'll be in there. Yeah, come on down. Tommy, get the bag. Tommy Seven Names, get the bag, boys. Pile on, boys. She's a leaker. Anyway. Oh, no. Oh, my God. I forgot. I have to send a link to 5 people and watch clips and talk about the same person I've been talking about for 5 years. And for some reason, people still watch it. Are you all fucking retarded? Anyway, that's for the next show. All right, let's go around the league with some matchups that have any weight to them this week. Since you're all mostly, actually, you people watching are probably good people. Some of you are mongoloids. The Stancelites know what's going on. But here's your rundown as the games are beginning. I don't have the TV on, so my picks are going to be legit. I don't have the TVs on. And by the way, Daddy is back in the betting game, boys. He's back on DraftKings. All right, we got the Saints and the Bucks. The situation, I'm going to go over some situations for you folks so you know what the fuck is going on while you're drooling watching the games today. Saints, Bucks. Bucks win and they're in, win the division. The Falcons need a win and a Bucks loss to win that division. That division is Bucks or Falcons. I will say Penix Jr. and again, Stancil Stradamus called Penix Jr. being a star before his first start, and he is exactly what I thought he would be. I'm always right about quarterbacks. I was right about Bryce Young. I was right about Caleb Williams. I was right about who's a black fella in Indianapolis. I was right about the black guy. I was right about the other black guy. Whatever. You watch the show. You know what I've been right about. Saints. So Bucks need to win, and they're in, which they will. So I don't think the Falcons don't need to worry. I can't see. I can't see any way the Saints put up any fight against the Bucks today. And the Bucks are going to be a dangerous team in the playoffs, especially in the NFC, which I'm sorry is weak. I mean, the Lions are decimated. The Vikings were never a strong team. They just win games because the NFC largely is made of mediocre to shitty teams. You can bet your bottom dollar the Super Bowl champions coming out of the AFC. You could put the house on that. Rams with the loss lose a seed. So there's a reason to watch that game. And the Rams are interestingly resting everybody. So the Rams are resting everyone, and they do have something on the line. They do drop a seed with a loss today. Broncos versus Chiefs. The Broncos are kind of the linchpin to the final AFC playoff spot. Very simple. Broncos win and they're in. Chiefs obviously resting everyone. It is in Denver. We'll get to the picks when I get to the picks. Again, I'm only reading Super Chat, so I'll check the poor chat at some point. But I literally only have Super Chats pulled up at my end, so if anybody wants to chime in, you have to do it that way. And I'm not begging for Super Chats. I'm just telling you how it is. I'd rather you just Venmo my accountant than Super Chat anyway, or join the Patreon. But feel free. If you want to chime in, we still enjoy the Super Chats. But that is just a PSA. If you want anything, even if it's a sticker, 99 cents, or a membership, I guess, like Leo Gunn. So, yes. Now, the Chiefs are resting everyone, as they should. And they are in Denver. All signs point to Denver winning. I'm telling you, it's not as easy as it sounds. It's still a divisional game. The guys who are on the field are going to want to beat Denver. And the Chiefs have a deep team. I took in my, as I said, 75% correct rate on the picks this year. I took the Chiefs. I have a feeling of an upset here. It's going to be freezing out there and windy, as it is in most of the country right now. It's not a foregone conclusion Denver wins this game. Everybody's taking Denver. I saw an 85% pick on Denver. That makes sense to a degree, but don't discount the Chiefs just because they're resting people. But Denver wins and they're in. Now, if Denver loses, Cincinnati is in. Oh, no, I'm sorry. If Denver loses, I'm getting ahead of myself here, folks. So Broncos win, and they're in. Chiefs aren't playing anyone. Let's move on. Let's do this. Bengals and Pitt last night. Bengals held on to win that game. Pitt looked terrible going into the playoffs with 4 straight losses. Not a good look. Not only did Russell Wilson look bad, honestly, the game plan just looked bad for Pittsburgh. I understand it was freezing out. And then you have Pickens, who couldn't shut his big, fat, black mouth. And if he was white, I would say white mouth. That's not racist. I'm just describing his color of his mouth. Couldn't shut his fat mouth all week, dropping, I think, 4 passes, 2 of them crucial. And then Freiermuth on the last play of the game, easy first down, which would have led to an easy field goal, which would have tied the game wide open. And Freiermuth is as solid as they get at tight end. A huge choke job drop to finish the game and seal the loss for the Steelers last night. Steelers still in as a wild card. Probably going to lose a seed because of that loss. But Bengals win. So, as I said, Denver has to lose to make this happen. For Bengals to get in, they will also need not only Denver, but Miami to lose. Because if Miami beats the Jets and Denver loses, Miami gets that seed. I'll say this. I would love, you got people that watch the show over the years know I love Joe Burrow. I think he is the most beautiful boy. Him and Justin Herbert are 2 of the most beautiful boys in the NFL. Very, very beautiful boys. Boys I would love to play with. I would love to play with those beautiful boys. I would like to go Sandusky on those boys. Yeah, come on, yeah. Come on, Joe! Come on, Justin! Sandusky this shit! Yeah, yeah! Clap those cheeks! Clap those cheeks! Clap those cheeks! Anyway, yes, obviously this is a comedy podcast, folks. We're having fun. And Justin Herbert and Joe Burrow are grown men. I just call them boys. What am I, catching them in a Penn State shower, though, if you know what I mean? Clap, 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 clap. And Joe Paterno's back there going, don't worry about that. Nobody saw that. Joe Paterno, go diddle him all you want over there. Yeah. Joe Paterno was a fucking piece of shit. You know what? Let's go Notre Dame. Fuck Penn State. They're all pedos. Pedo Penn. Pedo State, I call it. Happy Valley. My ass. Anyway, I'll tell you this. If the Bengals do get in with a Denver loss and a Miami loss, I can almost guarantee they'll win 1 game. They are hot as dicks going into the post, finishing the season with 5 straight wins. Lots of talent, obviously playoff experience. They were in the Super Bowl a couple years ago, or at least the AFC Championship I forget. But you know what I mean. Who cares? This is a sports comedy. This is for entertainment purposes only. We don't fact check. There's no producer. There's no guests. There's no clips. There's no stream snipe. There's no talking about old men high school bitch drama. It's just a real show. That's what we do at Ski Mask Media. We've always held the line. So many of these other shows have given in to doing the same shit just for views, just for super chats. Listen, we could easily do the same show as everyone else and do it 1,000 times better. Do you think we don't know that? Do you think I don't know that? if we just gave in and did clips and talked about the people, I'm not even going to say their names because I'm so above it. We could do the same show and do it better than all these vegetables and retards. But we have morals. We hold the line. We stick to doing real shows. We're not going down the fucking clip show, Dabbleverse, gay, slop bullshit. So fuck you. As I said a few weeks ago, go fucking watch something else. I don't want any of you people watching this show. We've been getting a new fan base, getting away from the slop that is the MLC and Dabbleverse because it's just so terrible. It's honestly, sadly, and who would have thought that it's now below us because we actually do real shows here. Podcasts in general all dying. Well, again, that's going to be for the 2 o'clock show. I'm getting off topic. The point is, watch out for Cincinnati if they make the playoffs. And then, yes, the Dolphins, Jets, Miami with a Denver loss and a win are absolutely in. And again, I actually, without the spread, I took the Jets today. I think this is a classic game the Jets win for 2 reasons. Obviously, the top reason is to fuck ourselves out of another draft pick with another meaningless win. But listen, they know Miami's season is on the line. If Denver loses, I believe Denver has a later game, so they won't know. I could be wrong. We'll find out when I do the picks in a second. And I think if Aaron Rodgers teasing this could be his last game, if it actually, whether it is or not, it's the last game of the season. He's playing a team that he could spoil that they don't think is going to Miami obviously doesn't think the Jets are going to come out to play. And I believe they're in New York, which if they are, it is freezing and windy here, folks. So keep that in mind. So I actually think Miami will lose today. Also, Tua's not playing. Miami's not a good team anyway. They're lucky to even be in this position. So that's around the league a bit. Let's take a look at the final power rankings on the year. Then I'll check you poor people chat, okay? I'm a man of the people. Stancil Stradamus. And really should be no surprises here, folks. Lions at 5. Bills and the lowest class fan base in football at 4. Ravens at 3, Eagles at 2. Eagles definitely by far have the most talent in the NFC. It's not even close. They can almost, well, granted that NFL isn't like college where any given Sunday, a team can lose because there's actually talent in every team. Unlike college where the higher seed's going to always win. But basically the Eagles can stamp their ticket to the Super Bowl in my opinion. And then, of course, the Chiefs. At number 1, as they were from the beginning of the year, Stancil Stradamus. A lot of people, a lot of talking heads talked about the Bills being the best team or the Ravens. Listen, the Chiefs, 2-time Super Bowl champs, playing down their opponents all year, still have they really have just been coming into form the last month of the season. The Chiefs are the best team in the NFL until proven otherwise. And they may not be proven otherwise. They may finish this year, even against Denver today, they may finish this year with 1 loss. So there you have the power rankings. All right, I'm a man of my word. Let's see what you pour. Fucking. I'm going to dox my fantasy football commissioner if I don't get paid by next week. I promise you that. All right, let's quickly run through the pours, see if anything catches my eye. Jesus, almost 200 poor people chats. The Buffalo Mafia smell like vinegar and a bit of sulfur. They sure do, because they're scum. There's nothing else to do in northern New York except watch Bills games. They go to bars with no windows, cover each other in condiments, and throw each other through tables, because that's what life is up there. It's just pathetic, sad. Nothing to do in Upper Buffalo. Very, very sad. Gina Marie, beautiful Gina Marie. That song's about kids. What song's about kids? Marcy's Playground, Sex and Candy? That checks out. Da 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 da. Ra da 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 da. Da 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 ba 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 da 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 da. Wow, these are all worthless. No wonder you didn't super chat them. I don't blame you. These all stink. Yeah, all I'm seeing is everyone got their start on Ski Mask Collective. That's why we're at episode 101 here, episode 289 of Ski Mask Collective coming up at 2 o'clock. Who needs to lose this week? All right, Mint Diggity, finally something worth... Vikings are legitimate. I just don't see it. Because I saw enough Mint Diggity, Mr. Diggity. No diggity, no doubt. Play on, player, play on, player. Ooh. Ooh. I say, get down, get low. Baby, gotta go all over town. Get around, cover much ground, get paid by the pound. Went out to the west side each and every night in the night. Baby, you're a perfect 10. Can I get in? Can I get in? Anyway, I have ADHD. I have a mental disability. I have a mental disability. There's something wrong with my brain. Is built. My brain is made different. Anyway, yes, I watched Sam. 3, 2, 1. Yes, I watched Sam Darnold play in New York enough. Mint. Average quarterback at best. He's blessed with some great talent around him. He doesn't have the gumption, and I mean that. He doesn't have the gumption. I'm not even talking shit now. Nice guy, game manager at best, average quarterback at best, and a game manager is what a team like the Vikings need because they have good talent around him. He's not going to hold up in the playoffs, unfortunately, if you're a Vikings fan. I promise you. Take that to the bank. Santos Stradamus, he is not going to... Vikings are like the classic team. Vikings are a team like I could see losing to the Bucks. Lions are a team I could see losing to the Bucks. Yeah. That's my take, and I'm right about everything, so take it or leave it, but you should probably take it. East side to the west side, each and every night. Baby, you're a perfect 10. I want to get in. Teamster Tim, he's a member, so I'll read it. Do football betting tickets still exist where you pick and drop, rip off the bottom? Yeah, Victor just placed one after our show last week. Let me see. I think I have it here. I think Victor put it in the chat. I was going to show you a picture. You do get a paper receipt, Timmy. Nothing to rip off, but you get a paper receipt, yes. Baby, you're a perfect 10. Can I get win? Polacks can be racist. I'm half Polish. I never get in LA so I can win. Oh, Lady KB, the beautiful, voluptuous Lady KB. It's coming up, KB. It's coming up in May, our yearly annual hedonistic visit. We're going for 3 years in a row. Me and Lady KB hit the town. We called the Rockies mascot racial slurs last year. They went to a karaoke bar. Then got McDonald's, and then David Carpenter stole her away. Who knows what will happen this year? Also, Nikki Huntsman was in my hot tub last year in Colorado. So you never know what's going to happen out there. And Victor's in the mix this year. Truly unbelievable what happens when you leave your house. I don't even have any idea what this was in reference to, KB. She says Josh Allen too. But I appreciate you saying that only for that. I never got to touch on the MVP. I think Saquon deserves the MVP. They love giving it to quarterbacks. We all know that. If anyone but Saquon wins it, it has to be Lamar Jackson. Josh Allen turns it over way too much. And I don't know. Josh Allen I understand he rushes the ball. But Lamar Jackson, again, maybe I'm a purist. Most valuable player is the name of the award. Lamar Jackson, without Lamar Jackson, I mean, Lamar Jackson takes that team to a whole nother level. Same for the Eagles. I mean, I think Saquon should get it just for the sheer fact. No, I mean, what Saquon did this year, obviously, no one's done for 50 years since Eric Dickerson played. I don't know. A quick aside. This is why you check the poor people chat, I suppose. Playing with a few boys. God, hold on. Oh, yeah. Hey, Froggy, come and get it. By the way, I will fight and win over anyone in the chat. I will fight and win over any. I've said this a million times. Give me any MMA woman who weighs less than me. I will beat them. MMA is gay. I will beat anyone. I will beat any man in MMA who weighs 50 pounds or less than me. I'm a mauler, I'm a brawler, and I will literally pop the head off of your body like a dandelion. Red bar, we'll be hearing about this. Don't know what a red bar is. Never watched a red bar. Is that a noun? Is that a... No idea what that is. You... My best guess is that it's another loser who watches other people's shows and doesn't make original content. Not here, folks. Playing with the boy. Staying. I'm just still running through the poor people chat. Fuck the Bills. Froggy at least got something right. Playing with a boy. Big Stu, my man out west. Stu, look up Google Stream East. Wink. Oh, wait. Wink. Didn't hear that here. Save $5. Or send me the $5 and thank me that way. Look up Stream East, folks. Playing with the boys. And with the boys. Why does everybody care? Why would anyone still care about Ray DeVito? No offense to Ray. And I don't know why Ray keeps calling me either. Does anyone not know by now? Just fucking text me. Playing with a boy. Playing with a boy. Sex life is wild. Unbelievable what's happening out here. Haven't had sex with a woman more than at least 10 years younger than me in a while. Saving it for Lady KB out west in a few months. Otherwise, 28 or younger, please, to get on this ride. That's actual fact, too. Playing with a boy. I broke a woman's vagina last week. She hasn't been able to have sex in a week. That's true. Playing with a boy. I do have a big story about bodily fluids coming up on Ski Mask at 2 o'clock. Unbelievable. All right. All righty. Thank God that's over. All right, folks. It's going to be abbreviated since we already had so many games this week. But let's get to the picks for week 18, the final week. We did it. I told you. I tell you week one every year, whatever episode the fuck that was. Probably 80-something, the beginning of the season. Well, let's do the math. 18, whatever. I tell you every year, it's the quickest season in all of pro sports. It goes by in a flash, and God damn it, if you haven't done it yet, this week's the week of full slate of games. What do we say, folks? You people know it. Kick your wife down a flight of stairs. Get her to the hospital. Send your children to foster care. Send your parents to hospice. You gotta be free to watch the final week of the NFL season, the greatest pro sport on the planet, which makes it the greatest pro sport in the known universe. The pick music is playing. You know what time it is. Let me pull it up. Hold on. NFL games with spread. NFL game with spread. I have a mental disability. Cheryl, I'm trying to bet on the NFL game. I can't bet on the NFL game. Connecticut is trying to make online sports gambling. Connecticut's trying to make online sports gambling illegal, Cheryl. There's a blueback rattlesnake in my driveway. My wife Cheryl. They're putting linseed oil in there. Imagine that I don't even do this for a living. I do it better than all these other losers. Trump, I do better. RFK, I do better. Really, throughout any impersonation, I'll do it better than people that do this for a living. Playing with a boy. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, it's not going to show me. Huh. All right. Well, whatever. It's not going to show me the 1 o'clock games because they already started, even though I haven't checked the score. So let me do this. I'll go through the 1 o'clock games without the spread because I already picked them in my chat here, in my league here. All right. So we're going to do these 1 o'clock games without the spread since apparently they already started. I took the Commanders over the Cowboys. Commanders are currently losing 3-0. I took the Packers over the Bears. Packers are losing 7-0. I took the Bills over the Patriots. Patriots are winning 7-0. I took the Texans over the Titans. Texans are up 7-0. I took the Falcons over the Panthers. That game is tied 3-3. I took the Jags over the Colts. That game is tied 7-7. I took the Eagles over the Giants. Eagles are up 7-0. I took the Bucks over the Saints. That game is tied 3-3. That's interesting. All right, now we're on to the 4 o'clock games we can do properly with the spread. We got the Seahawks at the Rams. Rams getting 7 at home. Rams, like I said, resting everyone. That said, they can really fuck up the Seahawks. I'm taking the Rams plus the touchdown. Let's move on. Dolphins and Jets at 4:25, which is nice. I wasn't sure the time of that game. So they will be playing at the same time as Denver. So they'll be scoreboard watching there in the Meadowlands, and it is in the Meadowlands. I was correct. Dolphins at the Jets. Now, it's in the Meadowlands. I told you, it's freezing out here. The wind is whipping. Aaron Rodgers teased it could be his last game. I don't believe it. The point is the Jets can play spoiler. They got less than zero pressure because of how much they've embarrassed themselves this year. I love the Jets in this game. The Jets are actually favored here, which is interesting by a point. Jets are -1 here. Give me the Jets and a pick 'em. I think they want to spoil the Dolphins' hopes of a postseason. If the Denver starts losing, if the Denver starts winning big as this game goes on, all the air will be out of the Miami balloon as well. I actually love the Jets here in this game in a pick 'em. Give me the Jets -1 at 4 in the Meadowlands. We got the Chiefs. We talked about this game. The Chiefs resting everyone at the Broncos. It is in Denver. Broncos -11. I told you, I think the Chiefs might win straight up here. I just have a feeling. Don't be surprised. Stancelstradamus. So definitely give me the Chiefs +11. If you can get that bet, take it, folks. It's going to be freezing out there in Denver. Lady KB, feel free to weigh in on the 4-person chat if you can give us a weather report. There in Mile High. We got the Chargers. They're in the playoffs. Chargers at the Raiders. Chargers favored by 6.5. Chargers do need to win. Their seeding is affected by a loss, so Chargers are going to be playing there. Give me the Chargers there, -6.5. As hard as the Raiders have been playing, Chargers are playing for much more and have much more talent. And with a coach like Harbaugh, unlike past years, he's not going to let the Chargers fade away. So I like the Chargers there. They'll win by a touchdown or more. Give me the Chargers -6.5. The Niners, who I told you at the beginning of the year were not going anywhere. Everyone was so high in the Niners, if you'll remember. My Stancilites who watch the show all year know that I've been correct on the Niners and Brock Purdy since last year, really. And I was correct on them again. In really what is a meaningless game here. Niners at the Cardinals. Cardinals have some backwards ass way in, I think. I could even be wrong about that. Who gives a fuck about this game? Cardinals minus 4.5. I'm actually going to take the Niners here plus the 4.5. If it was less than a field goal, I would take the Cardinals. Give me the 49ers plus the 4.5 there in Arizona. And then, of course, your main event, the only game, the biggest game of the year, of the week, not the year. Thankfully, they flex it to the late game. This is the only game you need to watch. Just make sure your wife is locked in a room or in a hole in the backyard by 8:20 tonight. We got the Vikings at the Lions. Lions favored at home by a field goal, no hook. And folks, I'm taking the Vikings here. We all know about Montgomery, their 1-2 running back punch being out. But more so than that, their defense is absolutely decimated. Another reason why the Lions will definitely not be making the Super Bowl. I would say they will be out in their first round, actually, personally. But this game is for the division. Loser basically moves down to the 5 seed of this game. So you go from the 1 seed, best record in the NFC, and division winner down to the 5 seed with a loss. So it couldn't be more on the line for a regular season game. And you know Roger Goodell in the NFL loves this shit. I like the Vikings on the road, playing for it all. What's his name? The Lions coach, white guy. I'm blanking. He's got some common dumb white name. But he makes a lot of dumb coaching decisions. He's gotten away with a lot this year. I think he makes a couple that finally come back to bite. Oh, Campbell. Coach Campbell Lions. He made a ton of very weird and straight up bad decisions at times coaching this year. I think that's another reason this team will not be winning a Super Bowl. Never been to the Super Bowl, Detroit, and they won't again this year. I don't think they'll win this division after as hot as that start it was and how the season went. I'm taking the Lions plus the 3 in the game tonight. I got a sweet, sweet parlay there as well. There you are, folks. The final picks for the last regular season, week of the regular season of the year. I did it again. I absolutely did it again. Who would have thought? Who would have thought there in late 2020 with me and Aunt Mead and Juggy doing these early sports match shows? Who would have thought we'd be at episode 101, 4 seasons deep, a cult of loyal followers, clearly. And we did it again, folks. Thank you to everyone who has watched, not only live, but thank you to all those who watch later. I need a goddamn new computer so I can fucking upload these to the audio, all of our shows. As soon as I can ever get a new computer, I literally can't with this 2016 MacBook Pro. We were on such a good roll till about halfway through the season, getting everything uploaded to Apple Podcasts and Spotify Podcasts, and then this computer literally planned obsolescence thanks to that fucking homo Steve Jobs, who thankfully died of AIDS. Thankfully, the Lord gave him AIDS and he died, because his whole thing was planned obsolescence, making you buy phones and computers every 2 years. Anyway, the point is, thank you to everybody. Obviously, only a handful of you watch live. The numbers tell me a ton of you fine folks watch afterwards. Oh, boy, sorry. I missed a few. James R. Here's talking about somebody who tunes in every week. James R. Sports are scripted. Don't believe this guy. That's right. This show's nothing is real. This show isn't real. Ooh, big pair of fucking tits just walked by. Teamster Tim finally spreading it around, unlike Rickosaurus, who cucked out. Let's see what Teamster Tim is here. Did you know, Sam, and I'm going to rant about Rickosaurus on the next show. Teamster Tim, 1999. By the way, Chuck Mangione was in the Stanford Soccer Ball Comedy Club just last night. Had amazing things to say. Still talk to old Chuck very regularly. That's what happens when you leave your house and you're a real person. Again, as I've always said, I got my birdies everywhere. From comedy clubs to podcasts to churches with Father Paul Fens, I got my birdies everywhere. So if you don't think I know what's going on, I know more what's going on. I know all about Ray's situation. I don't bring it up on the air out of respect. I have a code. That's the difference between me and these other freaks. These other freaks, as soon as they hear something, they go, "Oh, Kevin, did you hear this?" Even I get messages from Kelly about all you little grubby freaks who go tell her things, and we just laugh about how they think she cares. By the way, thoughts and prayers to Kelly. She's old. She's bedridden. She may die. Shout out Charlotte for being her nurse. Anywho, I have ADHD. Teamster Tim, but go send Kelly a nice message. She's on her deathbed. She's been there. Did you know Sandusky's wife made the kids meatball sandwiches? Brilliant move by Jerry. Told the police those are gravy stains, not blood. Ooh. Oh, those kids had some meatballs, let me tell you. Yeah. Ooh, yeah. If I opened a sandwich shop, I'd call the meatball sub the Sandusky Special. The Sandusky Special. It's a hot dog with 3 meatballs on top, folks. Hello. Thank you, Teamster Tim, for that. Happy New Year. Obviously, you know this is all for fun. Although Emily does suck and all those other shows that talk about Stuttering John, those people also do suck. I do mean that. But we're just having fun. It's all dumb gay podcasts anyway. We just do it better than everyone else. And we'll do it again in about 20 minutes. Right here on YouTube.com, Ski Mask Media, Patreon.com, Ski Mask Media. Look at it as a once-a-month $3 super chat. Not only that, but we put out more content than people that actually do this for a living. Ski Mask in his new apartment just last night. And if you want to cut out the middleman, Venmo my account at DaveD23. Ski Mask Collective coming up at 2 o'clock. Episode 289, pushing 300 apps while these other freaks just cling to our coattails. Stan Nostradamus, enjoy the sports, enjoy the football. May God bless America, and somebody, for the love of God, count all the troops. Goodbye.